Hello Virgo, this is a timeless reading of yours. Welcome to your Wave of Love reading, where we discuss whatever, however, love and anything positive, negative wants to discuss, okay? So bear in mind a few things while we get ready for your reading, that I am Master 7th, aka 7th, that reads these energies for you, okay? If you want a little bit more detail into who I am, what I'm all about, there's some information in the description box below. A little bit of clarity is that I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights, okay? Now, keep in mind a few things. This is not a personal reading, all right? This is not a one-to-one. However, this is a collective insight that you're checking in on. And remember to use your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you as you leave behind anything that doesn't resonate with you when you leave the reading, okay? Remember that femininity and masculinity is non-gender specific, and that femininity encapsulates also feminine and masculine energies, and masculinity has feminine and masculine energies. All right, Virgo. Wave of love. Wave of love for Virgo. You're a little bit spellbound, ooh, a little bit spellbound here. And we say a little because overall, this is what you are. You are the star. You are the perfect beginning and the infinite perfect end. When you began, wasn't your beginning. That's a middle. That's a middle of something. All right, Virgo. You're spellbound, okay? It's beyond existentialism. It's beyond the pain of emotions. That's why we're not interested in devil energy. We're not interested to talk about the pain because it's Virgo energy. The mini fucking personal therapist of themselves. The first wants to be like, oh God, please rationalize everything that I'm going through because I just don't understand the logic. I need to find the logic though. I don't understand this. I don't understand. Like it's a spellbounding aspect that you're putting onto yourself and your spiritual team. I'm here, gang. All right, like there's a lot of respect in the majority of your spiritual team that understand what it means to choose their own soldier and fight like fucking hell for that vessel of a human. You know, you have your split energies out there that like tickle over here and tickle another, and they're a little fractured, you know. Anyway, point is, the vessel of Virgo and the operating system of intellect is such a powerhouse at this current moment that it's spellbound. Might really make you woozy right now. Might get the buzzies, okay? Might feel that nauseous feeling. It might feel, yeah, it's the energy so beyond that you in this moment are reacting to. You're reacting to it. There's a desire for someone to be a mother that has been struggling to become a mother, and they very much would like to be one. Continue to worry about the concerns that are coming in your consciousness awareness in regards to your belly button area where this is to occur, yeah? Because you can do so many amazing steps just pointing your perspective change on the area of focus for your organic self to have that organic sense of focus. What I mean by that is showing up in small ways that might sound silly and might sound so like too oversimplified, and you're like, yeah, fuck that shit. But if I'm telling you to think of the color orange, this is how serious I mean that. That just merely embodying the color orange could essentially do such incredible work for you. Don't be slighted though, there are probably reasons why there have been difficulties up to this point. So we're not asking for a quick miracle here, but we are asking for a quicker route, a shortcut. This your ego is not at fault for being spellbound. That's strategically done by your ego and ignorantly done by your ego, because most of the shit that the ego is responsible for, it didn't really care to be responsible for, yet it acted in its behavior. So it's like, try me kind of attitude. Yet that's like the healthy part of you, is that no one really wants to argue with you. You know, like Virgos are good for like bullshit detectors. It's like, don't come with me with this shit. Like, don't try to like outwit me. Like, I might be quiet, I might come off prudish, like I might come off innocent and clean and like original and like normal. But let me tell you, arguing with a Virgo is not normal. Okay? It's far from. Okay, so here's a good luck charm. Why are we spellbound? Okay, why are we spellbound? We're spellbound because, like I said, femininity is masculine and feminine. Masculinity is feminine and masculine. 2 times 2. Okay, is 4. I did say spellbound. So what are the variables that come into play, into focus, that you can tangibly touch, think about, create, fantasize, or whatever, however real they are in the imagination or forethought? Is that a trick? Or is that the treat? And that's more or less the ambiguous question of this being spellbound. Some of you may be dangerously involved in a narrative where other readers are telling you the love that you're thinking about, that is, you know, purple-eyed with pink hair and whatever, is coming around on May, on whatever. If you're trying to exact all of that, even if the reader is great because they came at you with a lot of factualized premonitions and all that shit, take the way that someone stamps your life with a grain of salt. Why is it out there that at 3:33 p.m. you're gonna meet your person on Thursday in the cafe around the corner? Why could that be guessed? And do you like and appreciate that that could be guessed? I did that. All right. Okay, so what do we need to figure out in regards to what is femininity, what's masculinity? What do we have to figure out with what does it mean for two people, just two people to get along? What do we do when we go through many relationships that might be inclusive of people and are feeling lonely? What does it mean to be in a relationship with many people and either satisfying them or not, and maybe still feel isolated or not? Like, what does it mean to what does anything mean? Okay. And that's the major mystery coming forth of the star. What does the star mean? You know, what makes you so secure of putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-pointed star on here and calling that the star? Why is the star yellow? Why is yellow yellow? Like, Virgo will ask those questions. And keep asking until they finally get the answer. Yeah. It's just how it works. You don't want to be in the way of it? Don't argue with Virgo. Okay, so let's see why there's this, you're not feeling satisfied, yet at the same time you're feeling silly and immature. The relationship seems maybe immature. How can this narrative be so sad next to the star? Like, how could something that looks so beautifully attainable and like magic in the making, like I want that, also have a peripheral viewpoint of like, oh, what the fuck is this around the corner? What is this shit? What are you trying to tell me with those pictures? Like, what are you trying to trigger within me? What is it that I have to pay attention to? Is it real? Do they love me? Are they going to stay with me? Are they loyal? Are they cheating on me? Like, all these questions that have nothing to do with you besides only your anxiety heeding a caution within you that right now you have to protect yourself. And don't try to rationalize anything outside of the moment besides needing to protect yourself. And I think that's where you kind of need to figure out where that domino piece of reality is. If is it circumstantial? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? Like, is it material? Is it spiritual? To really bring it more to the forefront of what you can not only feel to be true, but see to be true and rationalize with logic and emotional and pragmaticism that you very much need, to kind of gain more or less control of a narrative that you thought maybe in the way of being here in this reading before clicking onto the reading that you didn't have this control. And learning actually ultimately, hopefully by the end of the reading, as you leave the reading behind, that you're actually always been in control. Yep, always been in control. Ace of Wands. You've always been in control. The only way that you more or less may have lacked the ability to accept that emotion is maybe not giving yourself credit in the way that comes out. Maybe you didn't need that material thing to feel the value of what it means to be gratuitous. Maybe you don't need that hand to be held at that moment to teach you what it means to be fulfilling yourself in a need of desperation. Because there's an artistry to loving yourself with the breath that you give yourself to. And although it might be fragile and lonely and debilitating for maybe a majority rather than a minority, it is a compelling facet of wanting to accept the human experience in one way that it can offer itself an explanation. And then once you realize that, you realize that you're probably left with another possible solution. Because no matter when you think you know, you don't know. And the more you know you know nothing. And that's an unquantifiable plethora of infinite possibilities to provide that reality. So it more or less always says, go ahead, chase the control. And know that in trying to be in pursuit of what you think you cannot control, you're actually very much in control. All right, let's see what else we got. Ace of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Yep. Just stepping into the truth of what the star card really, in the versions of the way I read energies as seventh, is that the star card is showing you water, right? Maybe also in symbolism of what this card can mean in old traditional tarot is that it's a healing opportunity to step into a form of raw authenticity, yeah? And knowing when to let go and when to replenish and all that jazz, you know, feeling big in a small world and allowing yourself feel small in a large world, and just really wandering in that fruitfulness of discovery. However, the ways to make you feel that magic is very singular, okay? Ace, ace, ace. Needing to go back into the very beginnings of whether or not the chicken came first or the egg, and realize that you may never know the answer. And within that is the answer threefold time. And with the threefold time of ways that it can give you an answer is enough resources to play an infinite amount of various ways of the game. You know, like this will at least change at least once or twice or three times and not show the same thing. It can tell the same story and repeat itself and then change completely and tell a different story, you know? Like, the ways of possibilities is literally in your hand to be given at any moment, to teach you how much you are in control, and the magic of maybe also not being grounded. Maybe you don't see it, but you sure as hell can affirm it for yourself in one way or another. Maybe the steps into feeling is a journey of self-acknowledgement, knowing the value of the Ace of Cups and its meaning, knowing the value of the Ace of Swords and its meaning in your life, and the same with the Ace of Wands, what it means to show up to the value. And once you can see that in the various ways it can bounce in different ways of expression to you, is how you can narrow the gaps of at least saying, oh, all these emotions, oh, that's fire. Like, at least I have like 10 of those under that caterpillar, like that category. And then like, oh, all these like 5 million emotions. Oh, that's truth. That's just truth. Logic. I'm not, you can't get me out of this. Like, nope, hammers, nope, slice, nope, jugular, nope, like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Like, 25 gazillion of those under swords. Great. And then, oh, what? Trillions of the droplets of emotions. Let's put that all into the fucking category of cups. And once you can categorize and you're like offloading, at least in elemental ways. Okay? Alright? And once you do that, you ironically ground yourself in the ether of what it means to appreciate the groundedness of a star in the sky. Okay, you can be anchored down to the depths of hell for all we care. We're still trying to tell you you're the fucking star in the sky. I think that is it, Virgo. Yeah, that's it. All right. With that being said, Virgo, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.